Hi, welcome and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless collective reading. So whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time. Keep in mind it's a general reading. So see what signs, symbols, messages, and energies resonate for you in your particular situation and hopefully help to bring you a little bit of clarity on whatever you're wondering. It could broaden your perspective, narrow your focus, help you see something with fresh eyes in a new way, in a new light. But in the end, always trust yourself, that divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so your decisions are sound, based in love. And for the highest and greatest good of everyone, so we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the sign of the times. Let's see what God's source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. What is the foundational energy for the collective right now, please and thank you. Ooh, something's your destiny. You got the palm. I feel like you guys keep getting energies with the hand, the palm. This is number 18. So it's a little like the moon. It could be tapping into your emotions. Maybe something was kind of unclear before. But I see the steam kind of going away. Something going away, and you can kind of take this little peek into something that's in store for you. Feeling like you're on the right road. When I think of the road of destiny, I think of the Chariot. So let's see what this is. This could be a new career you're doing, a project you're working on, a partnership you're in, or just this overall sense that you are really heading into the right new chapter. This might be something you've dreamed about for a long time, but I'm getting for some of you, this is a very new energy. Something happening where you discover something new about yourself, but it feels really right, like it was meant to be. Clarity on destiny and palm. It's anchor and stability. So whatever this is, whatever road you are on, whatever you are discovering about yourself, or possibly with someone else, I feel like this door is ready to open. So you have something coming in your life that's going to bring you a lot of stability. It's going to be on a solid foundation. It feels like it was yours, but I'm getting that it's something you're ready to build or is being constructed maybe divinely for you. This looks like a house. So even if some of you are buying maybe a new home, maybe even renting an apartment or something like that, this is a place where you feel like you really feel at home. You walk in and there's something about it that feels right. But if this is a partnership for some of you, you would feel at home with somebody else. And if this is a job or a project you're working on, you can feel how it's grounding your energy. That it's something where when you put your energy into whatever this is, you get excited to build it. Let's see, let's get another card. It's also 16, which is a little like the Tower. So maybe something was on a rocky foundation before. This does not feel like a rocky foundation. I don't know why, looking at this and the bricks, I just thought of the three little pigs. Maybe something was built out of straw or sand or something like that before, and circumstances came and it just sort of wasn't as strong as you thought it would be. Whatever this is you're building with these bricks, it feels like it's very solid and long lasting. Let's get one more from this deck. What else is the foundational energy for the collective? On palm, destiny, anchor, stability, 16 and 18. Oh, wow. And whatever you're building that feels like something you get to do it because you're having a lot of fun. Even if you're working hard, it doesn't feel like you are on the clock, either with this person in this position, in this environment, or building this thing. Look at the two flamingos. They always make me think of the heart when they come together. I love the pink energy in the flamingo, the pink color. It's such a cool bird. It's also number 2. It's a little like the High Priestess. This is something that you really feel deeply inside was meant to be. If you start by following your joy, whatever bricks are building of manifestation, abundance, and like a solid thing that you are grounding in your life builds so much faster. I almost see like these bricks just kind of falling from the sky. If you're having fun with what you're doing, enjoying where you're putting your time, whatever that is, that's where time flies by. You want it to last longer. So this is really nice. Let's go to something totally different. Let's do the numerology guidance cards. And then I kind of feel like today I want to do a Celtic cross spread with the tarot. So let's just get a little more foundational energy on what's going on and build the story upon that with the tarot. So what is one numerology guidance card to help the collective on palm, anchor, and flamingo, please? Fun, stability, and destiny. And it's about love. Well, if you're having fun, tapping into your happiness and really loving what you're doing, who you're with, where you are, what you're building, you're starting from a very good vibration. 6, the Lovers. Maybe this starts with self-love, you loving yourself, really recognizing how special you are, how unique you are. There's no one like you and recognizing all that you deserve. But if this is you and another person, I'm getting that it's reciprocal. That it is like given back with the same intense energy, but maybe not exactly even all the time. But I'm still getting that the intensity or the vibration is I don't know. I see a tennis court. So maybe you play a tennis court. Maybe the ball's in your court or someone else's. But I see maybe if there's nobody there on the other side of the court. I don't know what that's called. What is it called? Like racquetball or something, where you can kind of play that game by yourself and you whack the ball against the wall and it comes back. So if there's nobody there on the other side of that court, or that ball is not coming back, maybe it's about that energy of you just playing that game, getting strong on your own, having fun on your own right now. That was kind of a cool thing to see. Maybe you play those sports. I don't know if I have that second sport right in like the name. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. Is there I don't know why I'm thinking of a movie with Tom Hanks. Maybe that's Splash. I'm going way back in the brain files. I feel like there is a movie where he plays that. You could just see his funny shorts. But I think it might be Splash. I feel like I also see John Candy. So maybe I can find that scene, or at least what movie that might be. I just thought of the movie Big, too. I don't know why Tom Hanks is coming through now. Maybe you're watching a movie with Tom Hanks, or it's one of those movies. Both are good movies. Maybe it's about being like a kid. If I thought of the movie Big, maybe that needed to segue me to that movie where he was an adult, but he sort of flourished in the job. I just can remember all the like video game and like a trampoline in this amazing New York City apartment. But it was that energy of fun that he had even as an adult, or even though he was a child in that movie, that sort of made everything flourish and blossom in his life. So keeping that childlike wonder. Maybe do something where you just play. Maybe there's somebody coming in your life or in your life and you just feel like a kid around them. You just want to play. Whatever that is, even if you're doing something where it's adult, duties or something like that, I still feel like you kind of have fun. I always, when I think of that, think of somebody dancing but doing normal things. Now I see somebody dancing with a garden hose. So maybe it's about watering your garden, You already planted the right seeds, but instead of just doing it as a duty, it's more like turning on some music and making some fun waves with the... I see somebody like dancing with the hose. So let's just continue. That made me giggle a little. Don't take that dirty, guys. All right. All right, let's go to maybe one more oracle deck. I feel like I'm blushing a little. But let's go to the I don't care, and then let's do the tarot and jump into a Celtic cross today and just see what the basic energy is. So what is another message on love, destiny, anchor, and flamingo? Please and thank you. There's another message to be helpful. Hi, Rose. Oh, guilt-free. Look at you have, it almost looks like you have a salad on top of a cake, but I think they're chocolate covered strawberries. So maybe this is about not like feeling good, even if you're having a day off. I feel like this is not feeling guilty about something you really want to do. Even if maybe outside sources say, no, you can't do that. You're playing around. What if, you doing something where you're playing around helps you discover an interest or discover a person where you really feel like you're on your destiny? I'm getting for some of you, this might be a really unusual job, maybe something that you didn't even think you could do for a living, but it starts with you following your joy. Maybe just kind of experimenting with some projects or something like that, and something takes off. For some of you, if there's something that you really like desire and want, and you have so much restriction on yourself that you're imbalanced. This is coming through to tell you to not feel guilty about something that you really want. And it is always about balance, so let's just say this is a big cake here and you can't really have gluten or something like that. There are other ways to go about tailoring something so it's specific to your needs and your tastes. It's just sort of an example. So how can you tailor something so it's something that you can feel like you can indulge in a little bit? It's all about balance, but just give yourself a treat. Even if some of you are very strict with, let's say, your diet, and let's just say you're just really thinking about a piece of pizza and you keep thinking about that, but you go to the gym and you eat your salads and you have your meals all planned out and you never allow yourself to have that piece of pizza, then it's kind of like this weird little desire. It's go have a piece of pizza, have one piece of pizza. If you have to tailor it to dietary restrictions, there are many ways you can do that, but I feel like there's something you really want and for some reason you're telling yourself you can't have it. Maybe it's just something once in a while, once a week, and don't feel bad about something. But maybe it's that other people are telling you can't have it too. I mean, if you have all this here, if you eat that whole cake and all those cupcakes, now it's not going to really feel satisfying. Now it's going to feel like you got to put your big old stretchy pants on and take a nap-a-roo. So it's all about knowing when you are full, knowing when you have that beautiful peak of satisfaction, and savoring it. Let's get another card from the same deck. It's another message on guilt-free. Let's be crazy. This reminds me of the energy I got with the hose. Look at this guy. He put sunglasses on his cat. Maybe you have a cat or an animal you have a lot of fun with. It says, let's be crazy. It looks like somebody wants to have a lot of fun with you. Really not concerned about what others think. I don't know why I just saw two people going out in like a dress up theme. Like almost like you go to a really normal restaurant in your town, but you dress up either really, you know, elegantly, or you put on like the 80s gear today and you go out almost like you just came from a costume party, but you didn't. And you just sort of have your own little theme with somebody else. I feel like that could be really fun. So maybe you're going even to a theme party or something like that, and you're just really, maybe you're just going out by yourself and putting on that outfit you never thought you'd wear in public. Like something that makes you feel good, a little bit cool. I'm getting standing out and a little bit of a peacocking energy, but I feel like between these two cards, you're letting yourself be less restricted somewhere. Like a kid, you're having a little bit more fun. That's crazy. Maybe there's someone around you with a maybe a bigger personality, or maybe just outlandish ideas, and they always kind of want you to go out with them, and you never do. Maybe you think you'd have a really good time, but this could be you too, who you could be really reserved but still have some pretty amazing ideas. So maybe it's being with the right person where you can really just like freak flag fly. like just, it feels like this feels like a lot of fun. Maybe you get somebody to go out with you and do something really cool or really different. Let's get one more from this deck. We have more food here, guys. So you went from having dessert, you started backwards. First you have the dessert, now you're going back to the full meal. It says, what did I say before? Treat yourself. It's saying treat yourself. Take yourself out, go out with a friend, give yourself a reward, give yourself a break, have a little fun. If you have something that you are achieving and you're having these successes or goals that you are reaching, do something good for you. Treat yourself. It looks like you're going out to a really nice meal. Maybe you're hosting something. It's telling you eat whatever you want. I think that's the same message that came through here. So maybe it's not about cake. Maybe you like salt. I'm more of a salt person than a sweet person, unless it's really dark chocolate. But I feel like you can find a way to have this beautiful, it looks like balance in your life. It's not that 9 of Cups upside down overindulgence, eat everything at the all-you-can-eat restaurant. It's having just enough where you feel good. I'm getting that some of you really want to go out to a restaurant, or you've wanted to cook something for a while. Maybe you're learning how to cook. Like something from maybe another culture, something like that. Or somebody's inviting you out. All this food energy. So let's continue. Let's see what's going on. Let's jump into the tarot. I was gonna use the Wizards, but I think I'm gonna do the Star-Kissed. I really like the pictures on this deck. It's not that often. I mean, I have a lot of decks of cards, but this is one I connected to right away. It's a tarot for empaths, Reiki, and energy healers. A Star-Kissed deck. I really like the pictures on it and the energy and how it feels. So, and I always put the cards below if you guys ever want to look into any of the decks I use. Also, before we get into the Celtic Cross, I will be giving away a free private reading through a private link on YouTube. So one person will get a link. You'll be the only one to have it. And if you're interested in being added to the mix of names I have going on, just thumbs up the video and put an emoji in the comments. Maybe a word or uplifting phrase of your choice, but as long as you have an emoji there, I'm writing down each video. So if you do this to multiple readings, I go through all of those emojis and write down the names, fold it up, put in a little piece of paper, and add you to this. And I think when it gets a little more full, I will have my sister do a random pulling, and if this goes well, maybe it's something I can continue to offer. So if you're interested, I'd like to do that to give back and do something a little different. Throw a little monkey wrench in the energy on this channel. I'd like to kind of switch things up. So let's go into the tarot. Let's see what kind of energy is going on with you guys, what you need to know about. I do the Celtic cross a little bit different though. So we're going to kind of blend my way and the traditional way together. What is the foundational energy going on right now? First and foremost for the collective, please. Where is your energy at this point? Wow, your energy is at a beautiful place. This is those moments. Having fun, feeling like you're exactly at the right place. Maybe you're connecting to a really good friend, your children, a family member. The Four of Wands is also like a wedding. It's the dance under the gazebo. It's that moment that you say yes to the dance and you just remember. Those are the moments you want more of. I really love the Four of Wands. But upside down Four of Wands is not saying yes to the dance, not going out when you're invited somewhere, not making the reservation to the place that you've been thinking about for a year. When you follow through and you let yourself have that passionate, creative, invigorating experience, that's that moment you want to last. It's grateful togetherness. Let's see, upside down, it's feeling alone in the crowd. It's the one that's sitting there on the sidelines watching everybody like do Latin dancing, and they're just wishing they went up there but never having the balls to get up because they're afraid of their two left feet. You know, or I don't know, just like kind of wishing they would do something but never stepping up to that. So let's see what the block is right now. What is blocking you? Or what is the bridge? I like to look at that as both a block or a bridge. So what is either energy getting in your way or energy right in front of you to help you with these moments? Well, that could be both, because that's clarity. So being clear that this is something you want to have in your life, being clear of more moments that you want to make, but you have to make those plans. When you have those big creative light bulb moments, you have to get past it being in your mind. Have a conversation about it. Write down your plans. Make that phone call. Ask yourself more questions. Take it further than the light bulb, than the idea. This is usually when you have great clarity about something, where you can envision everything. You can almost hear that conversation before you have it if you're thinking about a conversation with somebody else. But don't be presumptuous about how that conversation will go. Maybe have some ideas of what you want to say, but be flexible whenever a conversation comes through, or like a brainstorming situation, to go with the flow of how the energy is moving, how those words are flowing. Upside down, it's not being clear. It's wanting clarity and never picking up the phone. Or it could be, you know, needing clarity, but it has to do with something going on behind a big brick wall or behind a closed door, and you can't see over that. So all you can do, is there's anything unclear because of outside sources, is bring that clarity back to yourself. Bring this energy back to you. What can you do with your energy? What can you do with ideas that you are having for yourself? How can you put yourself back in the driver's seat? It's newfound clarity upside down, it's not the right kind of focus. It could even be for some of you, if you have, you know, let's just say if you're sitting on the sidelines because you're in an environment you don't really want to be in. So you're sitting on the side, everybody's dancing over there, but you're wishing you were with somebody else or in a different place because you're not matching the energy going on. Then it's, you know, you're not focusing on where you are because your energy is not matching it. And you wish you were somewhere else. So how can you switch this around and start making plans so you can be somewhere else? Whether that's with someone else in a different environment or even by yourself. Maybe you don't want to be at the party. Maybe you want to be in the man or lady cave and just kind of doing your own project. Knitting, working out, just playing some music, sleeping. It can be anything. So let's see. Usually I do this card as what your higher self is telling you, but let's go a little more traditional and see what you know as of now in your conscious, what you have awareness of since you have that Ace of Swords energy. That's just a beginning. You have to get past that Ace. So what is in the conscious mind of the collective right now? That you have to make a decision. So you've gone from this Ace, you have this light bulb moment, now what do you do with it? How do you get farther with it? You know you have to make a decision. It might be a decision you have to make without seeing. You might have to make a decision where something's going on behind closed doors. So maybe you wait till that door opens, or maybe you bring that energy back to you. This is trusting that if you're on the fence with something, it's a Swords card, but you gotta involve your heart. Your eyes can't see here, but you're using both swords. Your right side, your left side, your masculine and your feminine. Your head and your heart to make this decision. So you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust what you feel inside, and you have to use your extra senses. What you hear, what you know, what you feel. All of that to make this decision. Not making a decision is still making a decision, but it looks like you're getting clear on how to, or that you need to. It can be a difficult decision. It looks like you are blocking something, but you could also be moving those swords, and after you block a certain energy, opening up to something new. Upside down, it's overthinking. It's sitting on that fence way too long, getting way too wrapped up in your mind, overthinking everything so much that now every idea you have is kind of merging together, and it seems funny, and you never really make a move. And until you make a move, you're never really going to know if all those scenarios are right or wrong, or what's going to be or not be, or how it's going to happen, or how that conversation is going to go, or how those plans could form and take action and bring this stability in your life, how your destiny is going to unfold. How much fun that thing that you're thinking about is going to be until you plan it, call that person, or book that ticket, make that reservation, sign up for that class. Go get all the tools you need to start that project you're thinking about. So let's go to what your subconscious knows right now, but you might be unaware of, but now you will be aware of. So what is your subconscious energy right now? Ooh, your subconscious energy is that you know you can have this stability in your life. You know, once you make a decision, make these plans, get past the 1 and the 2, and start getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, putting a little elbow grease into a situation, getting your hands on a project, or grounding a partnership, that you can build this stability in your life. Or this could be somebody that you know that wants to make that kind of offer. That is a king that will build something long-lasting on solid ground and stick around. The King of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn kind of energy, but it does not have to be. He or she knows how to manifest. They're the king. So they've had trials and tribulations, they've had failures and successes, and they've learned from them. Look at him in his gold suit and his fancy red car. He does have this coin, so he does have an offer, or he could be taking something back if he realizes that who he's offering that to or offered something to was not someone who would put in as much work as him, who would just take and not give back. And it doesn't have to be given back in the same way. It's just energy exchange. Also, upside down, this is a very materialistic king. He's so wrapped up. She's so wrapped up in things, stuff, commercialism, the labels, the fancy car, the big house, what the neighbors think, how they're perceived by others. They want to come across as being the best individual, the best human they can, even if it doesn't match what their integrity and truth is inside. It's just about the perception. It's somebody very wrapped up in the material world, and it does not mean that they can't manifest. They can, because this is a hard-working person. They're smart, they're logical, they learn from their lessons, and they can build. But what happens is if they're not involving their spirit, their heart, and their truth, what they're building always feels like a big-ass empty house, even if it's full of family. Because they're always striving for the next thing that they build or the next goal that they reach to be where their happiness comes. And it's never quite fulfilling, even if they have moments of fun. Upright, this king got, let's just say they always wanted a boat. Let's just say it's a little rowing boat to go fishing. Let's say it's a big, fast speedboat. They get that boat, they put it in the garage, and they never take it out. This king has to learn how to have balance between responsibility, work, ethic, effort, fun, romance, partnership, all of it. There has to be a balance with this king, and he's very in tune with reality, so he usually upright knows how to find that balance overall in every area of his life or her life. But if this is you taking that idea, making a decision, making some plans, getting off the fence, seeing something clearly in reality, because this is also accepting reality, not getting lost in fantasy, and doing what you can with the beautiful moments that you have today, then you will see how something will unfold in your destiny. And usually if you're walking down that path and you start with following your love, following fun, this manifests and works itself out because your dreams change. Your perception of what you are meant to have or could have or want just gets bigger, even if what you want is very small. What wealth is to one person is not the same as to somebody else. Some people don't want a big fancy home. They just want to drive around in their camper and explore different countries, visit different places, and that is their security and their stability and their dream. For some people, it's having a big brick house with a huge yard. Maybe that they bought, or I'm getting that somebody built by hand. It's what your dreams are different. For others, you don't care about where you are as long as you're in the arms of the one you love. And that's your dream. For others, you have these amazing gifts and talents, and all you want to do is share it with the world. So are you sharing your gifts? Whether you feel you're uber talented or it's just something you really love, share it. If you're sharing something with the truth of your heart, you're going to connect to the right people. And even if it's just one person, you're connecting with the truth of who you are. Therefore, you've already tapped into the wealth of your soul and success. You're already succeeding. So let's see what your past energy was. What is the past energy of the collective? What they're moving from, out of, or because of. Ooh. So you know how to make your surroundings beautiful. Or this is you, if it's upside down, not ever getting to. Somebody else always working for you. I feel like this is kind of, it's still sort of wealthy energy upside down, but it's like somebody who's just given it all and never learned to appreciate it or work for something. Or having it all and really being in this alone energy where there's nobody to share it with. So it's sort of a loner kind of energy. It's feeling alone even if there's people around you. Upright, this is you knowing that you have the potential and have had the moments where you've made your surroundings so beautiful and so comfortable, and you, whatever that is, it's usually the person out in the garden, the girl in the lush fabrics, or the big ass bird. So maybe you work in a garden, maybe it's just making your little corner of your room, your desk, beautiful. It's having a space where you feel like you can create, you really want to put your energy into something, and it's prosperity. This is the energy of you enjoying your own time. Being grateful for moments where you get to do your own thing. Here you're standing on top of the world in your heels, under the universe, shining in the sun, and you're just letting these golden coins fall. I feel like you're recognizing what wealth is. And it does feel like you're having at least the idea or the energy of how to have so much wealth that this wealth you can't take with you. This wealth, who you are, is what you leave behind. So this looks like you are passing this beautiful wealth along to the world. Giving something away because you can. And planting those seeds amongst your world or the world where it can grow bigger than just in your backyard. This is beautiful. I don't think I've seen this card on this. It's Prosperitas Victory. And upside down, it's Unfulfilled Achievements. If something feels unfulfilling, it's probably because your heart wasn't in it. If your heart's in it, you're going to keep going until you find this victory energy. But it's possible you started something and your vibration changed. Your circumstances changed. Your destiny wants to move in another direction. Therefore, it doesn't feel as satisfying as it would have in the past when you thought that was your goal. And that's okay. We're allowed to have many chapters of who we want to be when we grow up again and again and again. You can change at any time with what you want. So let's see where you're moving to in your immediate future. Where is the collective moving to soon? Ooh, well, you have the Seven of Cups. So if you don't make a decision or make the wrong one, it is possible that you are going to be confused. It's also possible, since this is in your future, that you are making decisions now that you are so clear about and so grounded with, but maybe they're really different from the decisions that you made in the past, and maybe you are confusing others. If you are adapting and being flexible and making totally different decisions, that can be confusing to others. But this is being in illusions, confusion, and not knowing what to choose. Maybe it starts with one thing at a time. Usually you go with the one that feels like it's filling up, fulfilling to you. Maybe this apple looks tempting, but maybe you bite into it and you find out it's rotten. Are you going to take another bite of the rotten apple? Probably not. Are you going to choose it again? Probably not. Maybe you'll go back to that cup that felt like it was fulfilling your heart. Maybe you made the right choice right away, but you can't stand there and stare at the, I like that you're staring at the grocery department. Like, you got your list, you know, you got to bring at least that one thing home. You made your checklist over here. You had the idea. You made the decision to go to the store, and now you're standing there and your heart is really confused about what to do, where to go, what move to make, which, you know, I always like the spaghetti sauce thing. I always see spaghetti sauce for some reason. Like, do you get the one that you can get 20, but you don't like it, but you got it really cheap, but then every time you take a bite, you're like, whoa, it's really gross spaghetti sauce. Or you buy the one that maybe was a little more, but every bite you savor. Maybe you end up going and the one you want is on sale and it's like a bonus. You get everything that you want. You stock up and then you have the best of everything you want and you got a little deal on it. It's just having to change what you're doing, what to choose. If you choose wrong, you learn. If you choose wrong and then you make the wrong choice again and again, it's going to take you longer to learn that lesson. But if you learn it and you delete it, now you know not to go to that choice again. But there is always that chance where you're going to choose exactly right if you follow your heart. It's grandiose temptations in this card. And here it's grounded reality. So if something feels like it's, I don't know, I'm not getting that that's something that I feel like if this feels a little, when I look at that apple, it doesn't even look real. It looks plastic to me, where that liquid looks real. So I feel like you are going to see that something that maybe was, I'm even getting like the label, like come buy this beautiful apple, or I see the weird sideshow. It's kind of a different energy to get with that thing. Like, hey, come see our beautiful mermaid. And there's a picture of a mermaid there. And then you go in and it's just a person with a costume on. And you're like, wow, I just paid a lot for that ticket. I thought I was going to see a real mermaid. But I mean, that was kind of pretty. But it's like, you're not really getting the real thing. I feel like the real thing is right in front of you. And you have to trust yourself to make the right decision, or not repeat the decision where you know something wasn't the real thing. But I don't usually clarify, but I want to clarify that card. What is the Seven of Cups? Just clarify that. Actually, let's do this. Let's keep this for the rest of the Celtic Cross, but I'm going to clarify with the Mermaid Tarot. Let's clarity on that Seven of Cups. So maybe while you're, I'm even getting, if you're heading towards this new path, this destiny, there might be little temptations that come through, little things kind of dangled in front of you to throw you off of your course. But I feel like with that King, you're going to have the strength to not be thrown off course. Not let anybody take you off your agenda. Like dangle anything plastic in front of you saying it's real. Let's just clarify that Seven of Cups. Oh yeah, somebody's going to, you really have to trust your gut on that decision. You have the Moon. Somebody might talk the big talk, but not follow through. This is you trusting your deep intuition on something. It's also that somebody could be keeping something a secret. You could be keeping something a secret. Maybe even keeping your plans a secret for now, so that you don't have people around you that don't understand exactly how you're maneuvering until you get more into what you're doing or who you're with or this new thing that you're heading towards. You know, if people are going to, you know, there are people around you that are going to kind of throw you off because they just don't understand or aren't used to your moves yet. Maybe you keep it to yourself. But this could also be somebody else keeping something to themselves. It's usually keeping some deep feelings down. So if this has to do with anyone else, somebody might feel deep emotions or regret that they keep choosing the wrong thing, maybe instead of you. But this is a siren, so it's hearing the call. It's hearing the song, going with the ebbs and the flows of change, recognizing that everything has a cycle, time to release and time to renew. I feel like there might be something, I know this is a different message to get, but if this is you making a decision, you have your blindfold on here, right? Trust your heart and what you hear. So let's just say this is text, not the words in the text, the inflections you hear in somebody's voice, how they sound, the integrity behind it, not what was put in front of you or what you see on the cover of something. Go deeper to make this decision. So let's see where your energy is right now. What is the energy you need to know about to move? Ooh, the energy you need to know about is you need to get curious. You need to watch something from afar, and you need to ask more questions. You need to have this idea and mindset that you don't know everything yet. Something could have happened behind closed doors. Something will become clear. This is tapping into your left brain and your right brain, your creative side and your logical side. The Page of Swords is very smart. It might mean you do have to observe something for a little while. I mean, I asked about your energy. It's possible this is somebody you're connecting to. It's usually a younger energy, but I'm getting that you have to be willing to relearn, to unlearn something, and have new information come in to do something a different way. Even if this is a partnership in your life, don't compare it to a cookie cutter version of everyone else you've ever been through or the last person you were with. Allow something its proper space to grow and change so you see. Like, don't be too presumptuous. This person upside down is presumptuous. They're a know-it-all. They talk about how they read that big Shakespeare novel and they only read the damn Cliff Notes or overheard somebody else talking about it and regurgitate that information. The real Page of Swords wants to read the whole novel, the whole book. And they probably want to read it again. This is somebody who observes from afar. They take in all the information and then they kind of ask more questions to gather more. Upside down, it's kind of a nosy pants energy, and it's kind of like a spying energy for me. Upside down, it's somebody that kind of sits on the sideline, watches, and then, I don't know, they never really get all of the information, because there's always, if you're sitting on the sidelines, there's always something happening behind the curtain, or there's always something happening in the lives of who they're watching before they come. And I would see someone like watching a game. If you're only seeing the game, you don't know all that happened in all of the practices leading up to that game, or what everybody is feeling inside. The Page of Swords upright wants to go and talk to everyone like, hey, you had such a good game. Did you have a good game? You know, what did you do before the game? What did you eat today? How much did you train to have that happen? They want to get more into the picture than just think they know it all from afar. There's so many like formulas here, and there's so much color here. This is so logical, and this is just totally outside the lines. You have to have that balance. Even this little kid looks like it's thinking like, which way should I go? How should I do it? So in order to make this decision, you gotta use your head and your heart, your creativity, your intuition, and your logical, realistic mind. Strategy, solutions, and upside down, it's disconnected information. It is. Thinking you got it all, but you're not connecting the dots as much as you think you are, or this person was. But I feel like upright, you're now connecting all those dots. Maybe in the past you just didn't have enough information. Sometimes you have to make the wrong decision to have the right information. Sometimes you make the right decision, you get all that you need. So let's see what the energy is around you, or the person you're connecting to, or your overall environment. Let's see what the energy in your environment is. Please and thank you. There's that moon. So we have the moon 2.0. So that's about your environment. There's something around you you can't see. You got to feel it out. You got to feel that energy. You have to go with the ebbs and the flows of a situation. It could be someone around you. Let's just say these aren't the exact positions. Somebody's making a lot of plans and they ain't telling you about it yet. You feel something's happening. Something's brewing. Somebody's there. Somebody's going to come in. But you can't see inside this person's brain all that they're doing. You just kind of see them there. So there's more than meets the eye in your environment. Somebody could be keeping a secret, but it's also you tapping into your energy. You also have that blindfold on again. This moon does not have the blindfold on. This moon is being very in their masculine energy by singing. This one is going internal. It's shadowed illusion. So you do have a little bit of illusion energy, so maybe that's what you need some clarity on. Here. Don't get lost in illusions, on make-believing something, what you want something to be, what you desire so much that you don't see the reality in a situation, or tap into the truth of what you're feeling. But I feel like this is somebody who maybe didn't want to see something for reality, but they could feel it in their soul. So maybe that's what's changing. Somebody's ready to take off the blindfold. Because upside down, it's illusions revealed. Let's see what your hopes or your fears are. Hopes and fears of the collective. You have 2 pages. So these could just be messages as well. You might have to send a message to somebody to ask somebody a question to get more clear on something you can't see. How somebody is feeling. Having that conversation, but doing it the right way, where you don't presume you know something before you do. Let somebody open up in their own timing, in their own way, because this is a vulnerable energy as well, but it's very strong. The moon controls all the tides of the world, the ocean. We are also made of water. So you have to be logical about how you maybe send a text or open a conversation, or how you flow with it. Be creative, even though you might have an idea of what you want to say. This is another message. Or you being young, or you're afraid to start something again, or not open up your heart to something that's new. Whether that's a partnership, a new position in a career, a new career altogether, it's new energy. But if you open your heart here, then that new energy gives the chance for something to really blossom, for your soul to sing. This could be a message of love. Maybe that's your fear. You can be very logical, but how you open up your heart and start that conversation, or how you feel about someone, or why you have to do something, or this decision you're thinking about over here. And this is opening up your heart with this page. Also, this one is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This one is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's just an energy. It doesn't have to be. But if this is your hope, it's going to bring you new excitement. It's new energy. It's getting those butterflies. It's getting hit by Cupid's arrow. Even if this is just something new that you are pursuing, where you are having fun. It's feeling like a kid, where time just flies by. Upside down, it's lost motivation. Starting something, it gets real exciting, and then you get more into it, and it's not for you. So even if you pursue it, or keep doing it, or keep spending time with that person, it's just like, meh. You're not really enthusiastic. You start to look at the clock. So to stay or not to stay, if that's where you're at. And let's get one more for your outcome. What is the outcome? As of right now, where the energy is for the collective, please and thank you. Ooh, well, not the best outcome to have, but it's going to feel really good when this is over. So it looks like in order for you to move into your destiny, open up your heart, start, start action with all these plans that you've been thinking about, or the writing you've had on the wall of your brain for way too long. You really have to let something go that was not working. This is the harshest card, and I don't like that this came out at the end, but if it comes out, it comes out. The Ten of Swords is really feeling like you were hurt. Someone hurt you. something did not work out for the best. But this is a big ending. It's taking a bow, letting something go. What is done is done. What is no more is no mas. And once you let it go and the healing starts, you feel so much better. This in it sucks. Even healing from it is not easy. But when you look back and you realize that you are no longer in that whack-ass chapter or relationship or road that was not your destiny, but maybe a path you had to take to learn from. Because in our lives, like let's just say you're a teacher, or let's just say you're a healer. If you don't go through some really shitty things and really feel what it's like to be hurt or to go through something, it makes you a better teacher. It makes you a better healer because you understand. You're not just reading about it in a damn book. You went through something, whatever it is, and it's life. So we all go through really tough things. But whatever lesson this is that you went through, it could just be your reflection of it. Seeing how even really difficult things you went through somehow made your life turn around. Brought you into the position of power. Changed how you would make choices for the future. It's deep anguish, and upside down it's lifting. I feel like for most of you, this is definitely, I mean, it's turning upside down. Nothing lasts forever. You know, after this card, the only way is up. It just doesn't feel like that at the moment when you're down. So let's go back to the mermaid. I just want to clarify. I know, hey, that's a harsh card, but it's still just a minor arcana. And it's only an outcome. We always have free will in our lives. So how you get to that outcome, handle it, see it, release it, deal with it is in your hands. It's up to you. That's just a thing that happens in life. This is just a card. It's just an energy. It's a shitty ending. And it's a thing that you release that feels way better once it's let go of. So it's all about how you choose to maneuver this. It's just a minor arcana card. Let's just clarify with the Mermaid Tarot, that Ten of Swords. You started with that first card that's so happy. So let's just get a little more clarity on the Ten of Swords, please. You have another 10. So you are, I want to show you this, and then you have Temperance. So you are ready to let something go. You're ready to release a chapter in your life where it felt like the weight of the whole world was on your shoulders instead of you standing on top of it. This is a lot of energy, and there's a way to do something in your life where it doesn't have to be so hard. Sometimes it's complete release. Sometimes it's delegating some tasks out so you have help, working smarter, not harder. But once you let this go, a way of thinking, a way of handling your energy, you are entering into this beautiful new chapter where you have stability, love, abundance, victory, feeling like you can just be yourself with your cat, your friend, your lover, and have fun. Because these cards aren't that. These cards are thinking, you know, being in the mindset or the energy where everything is harder, everything feels heavy. It does not feel, this feels like a burden. So if you have two 10s here, it's you making the choice. Maybe that's what that big decision is over here. Maybe that's why it's hard. It's going to feel a lot lighter once that's released and let go of. And it's going to bring you back into complete balance. Temperance is you having divine help in this situation. And this could, if you are listening to this reading, you know, for somebody else, that might be that ending, that something has to end, maybe in their lives they're going through, and this has to be a choice. Sometimes it's not a choice, it's just how you handle what was chosen. Here, it's all of that energy. It's all of the energy of that base metal, lead, heavy shit turned into gold. Alchemy. The emergence of the divine masculine and feminine inside of you, maybe between you and someone else, where that energy merges together and creates something brand new that is beautiful. Balance between heaven and earth, as within, so without. Water, fire, air, and land. This is where you find your Goldilocks zone. You know, and it's not going to be the same every day. Every day we have ups and peaks and different emotions and different people that we deal with and all of their emotions and what they are going through and things at work and things with your family and things at your career and things in everyday life and being at the store, all of that together. It's finding your true center through all of that to know how to navigate all those different energies in your life with so much grace that anything thrown in your path doesn't get to you the same way. You see your challenges as chances to rise above, elevate, glow different, move in a different direction, make different choices, and you find so much beauty in all that you are blessed to have and the tiny moments that you remember. And this is a longer reading than I thought, so let's sum this up. I guess this was kind of a deep one. I hope you guys liked the Celtic cross. I know this was a little bit different. I like to switch things up. So let's get just one more message from the universe has your back. One more message, please and thank you. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender to the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. It's not ultimate control of anyone else or control of the outcome, because our destiny is always evolving. Time's weird. Every moment we make a decision or think a thought starts to manifest our world differently. So it all starts in your mindset, in your thoughts, in your energy, going back to the energy of love, belief that you can have this stability, the energy of joy, opening your heart to love, and paying attention to every choice you make, because that starts to blossom those seeds and manifest your destiny different with every move that you make. And if something happens outside your control, you have control over you. What you do and how you handle something. So it starts with finding your peace. This is a let go kind of energy. I'm still going back that something was meant to be, whether it was an ending, because it's taking you to this new beginning, or something that you just had to go through that you're going to look back on and see, yeah, I went through that because it brought me more strength and spiritual evolution in my life than I ever would have had I not had that experience. And you are going to see it as a blessing with the energy of love. And with that, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful evening, and I will see you soon. Bye.